How long have they been around?
Theirs has been 3 or 4 years.
Oh, good. So it's working.
Yeah, they're working. You know, it's a viable business model. They got
So Elizabeth, do you have a sign-up sheet for your CSA for people?
We do. There are a couple. There's one up by the bar, coincidentally, by the alcoholic beverages, and there was another one that was floating around on a table there. And you can also sign up online if you go to the Support Us page if people want privacy or time to think about it. And like I said, with the email from this group, we'll probably be sending out something for people to send to friends and. The thing about the membership money is that's all, once we send out escrow agreements to all the pledged, right now the members are all just pledged, no checks have actually come in. So we'll be sending out escrow agreements to all the pledged members. The checks will be come in and held tightly by our attorney until, and she won't let us touch them until all of the money is received. So people don't have to worry about sending in their check and then we're like, oh, we only got 30 of the 60, but let's make a go of it anyway. So once all the money comes in, then we'll have access to that. So the short time frame is a little tough because we're having to start buying equipment and that kind of thing, and the half of our funding in the form of the CSR memberships won't be available to us probably for a month if we're realistic about how long it takes people to actually, you know, sit down and write the checks and send them in. So we're still pushing for that, but the Kickstarter that will also take a little while. So we're starting with our equity and with some investor and loan money, and just continuing to pursue all things as we move forward.
I think that's really important information to get out there, because after the articles that I read in the forum where everything was like all like great, then it's like, well, you know, they can't do anything until they raise all the money, and there's like all these steps. So it was kind of like all this enthusiasm, and then it was damped down by like, well, it's really not a done deal at all. So it's like a huge risk to your money sort of thing. Which when you say, you know, that it's not. It's you're not going to go until you get to the whole thing. It's like, who wants to be the first $5,000?
And that is on our FAQ page, which we've been, because it's a new concept and people have a lot of questions. What happens if we don't make it for the 3 years? All of those. And so we put up a pretty thorough FAQ page on our website, which if we don't make it after 3 years, it's just like a farm CSA where if they have a terrible year, you know, it is what it is. But we're going to make it. That's a good point.
A suggestion, you could write a letter to the editor to clarify this one point. They print letters to the editor, and people sometimes read those who don't read the article.
And it's all more getting the name out.
These kind of visuals could get more press.
And we've been, signing the lease and having the key in our hand too has been like, all of this in terms of, you know, we have someone waiting to write us a press release, but you need something to announce if you're going to write a press release. So we've been sort of waiting for this moment of having something to announce, but having images tied to a place and the place tied to a
Big
place
shiny
and
key
a
in your
date.
hand.
Magic.
Do we have some tip jars or places that we can chip in for the food and drink this evening?
Just help us, honestly, like spread the, like if we send you an email next week and say, please take the time to like make this a personal email and don't hit the forward button, but take the time to sort of copy and paste and say, dear so-and-so, this might be something you're interested in, that's huge. And everything here is from farms, and we had a lot of eager, a lot of it's from Harmony Circle, which is a new farm out in their Westminster Putney kind of border. And they have a CSA and they're at farmers markets, but they're one of those small farms that those are sort of their two venues for selling their goods, and then they're left with kind of what they're left with after that. So a good chunk of the chickens from them, a good chunk of the veggies are from them.
The rest is from.
Then a bunch the corn, a bunch the tomatoes, a bunch of that's from Walker Farm, and then we got a delivery from Old Athens while we were cooking.
And that delivery is actually for our first load of preserving, and he called last week, says, hey, aren't you gleaning? And I was like, yeah, we are. So we got I think like 40
There's
pounds
trays
of
tomatoes.
eggplant.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
like huge, gorgeous.
Huge, gorgeous thing. So we'll have like, so that'll be the beginning of our jar wall. Stuff. And you got
A ton of peppers.
ton of peppers and basil.
Ton of basil.
Basil and
Brought
stuff.
your 3 cases of jars in the car.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's all coming
Yeah,
together.
so that's,
Good luck, guys.
Let's eat.
Thank you.
Yay!
Yay!